Welcome to the bench. I am the auto judge, and today I am handing down a verdict on the used car market that is going to make some of you very happy and the rest of you realize you have been overpaying for mediocrity. I have spent over 20 years under the hood of cars, seeing things that would give most mechanics nightmares. And I am here to tell you that the general public is currently committing a crime against their own wallets. People are out there dropping $22,000 on a basic stripped-down Toyota RAV4 like it is the last vehicle on the planet. Meanwhile, a fully loaded luxury SUV with better seats, more power, and the same legendary reliability is sitting 3 cars down for $13,000, collecting dust and probably getting emotionally attached to the pigeons in the parking lot. It is the dumbest pattern I have ever seen. Depreciation does not care if your car is built like a tank or an IKEA shelf. It only cares about age, mileage, and brand reputation. Today, I am giving you 5 luxury SUVs that got hit so hard by depreciation, they are basically hiding behind their price tags. All are under $15,000, and all have drivetrains I would trust without losing a single minute of sleep. Before we move into the evidence, do your part for the court. Hit that subscribe button to join the Auto Judge family, drop a like so the algorithm knows we are speaking the truth, and leave a comment below telling me which reliable car you think is actually a total scam. Now let us get into it. Acura MDX. Now we are going to start with one that people consistently overlook. And honestly, as a judge of fine machinery, I do not get it. The Acura MDX from 2010 to 2014 is one of those SUVs that quietly does everything right and still gets ignored like a gym membership in February. I think I know why. It is not flashy. It does not scream. I just made bad financial decisions, but at least I look successful. It just works every single day, like that one friend who always shows up on time and never complains. Boring? Maybe. Reliable? Absolutely. Under the hood, you have got Honda's 3.5-liter V6, the J35 engine. This is the same engine family that has been dragging minivans, SUVs, and entire American families across the country for decades without asking for anything except oil changes and a little respect. We are talking about an engine that makes around 300 horsepower, naturally aspirated. No turbos, no drama, no surprises where your wallet ends up empty, just good old-fashioned internal combustion doing its job. Fuel economy. You are looking at about 16 miles per gallon in the city and 21 on the highway. It is not amazing, but it is not terrible either. It is basically the automotive equivalent of saying, I go to the gym sometimes. But here is where this thing starts to make 0 sense in the used market. Back in the day, a properly equipped 2013 MDX with the technology package was pushing around $45,000 to $50,000 new. Today, you can find clean examples with 80,000 to 100,000 miles sitting between $11,000 and $14,000. That is 3 rows, real leather, heated seats, a backup camera, adaptive cruise, control, and a sound system that does not sound like it came free with a Happy Meal. And somehow, people are still choosing a base model economy SUV over this? Order in the court. That is insanity. I had a family come into the shop last year. 2 kids, 1 on the way, budget around $13,000. The guy was locked in on a Highlander. He would not hear anything else. I told him, just go drive an MDX. Worst case, you waste 20 minutes. He calls me the next day and goes, Judge, why does this feel like a $30,000 car? Because it was, and now it is not. That is the whole game here. Now, it is not perfect. Nothing is. Here is what you check before you buy one. First, the 3rd row. And I mean really check it. Kids treat 3rd rows like a WWE arena. Make sure the seats fold properly with no broken latches. Fixing that can run you around $600 and a headache you did not ask for. Second, the VCM system. That is Honda's cylinder deactivation. On some 2010 to 2013 models, it can cause slight vibrations at highway speeds or minor oil consumption. If it feels like the car is gently judging you at 70 miles per hour, that is probably it. There is an easy fix. A VCM disabler kit for about $80, but you want to know before you buy so you can negotiate like a professional. Third, test every single seat heater. I am serious. These things love to stop working right when winter hits, and suddenly you are sitting on cold leather questioning your life choices. Who is this for? This is for someone who wants a luxury SUV that can handle real life. Kids, road trips, and those Costco runs that somehow turn into $400 bills. This thing does it all without complaining. It is not trying to impress your neighbors, it is trying to outlive them, and honestly, it might. Cadillac SRX. All right, we are getting into dangerous territory because the moment I say Cadillac, half of you already made a face. Yeah, I saw that. But hold on. Do not run yet. The Cadillac SRX from 2013 to 2016 with the 3.6-liter V6 is one of those SUVs that suffers from something very serious. A bad reputation inherited from its older cousin. You know how one guy in the family ruins Thanksgiving for everyone? Yeah, that was the earlier SRX with the turbo engine. This one is a completely different story. The 3.6-liter V6 here is the LFX engine. It is the same family used in the Chevrolet Camaro. We are talking about 308 horsepower, naturally aspirated, timing chain driven, and surprisingly solid if it has been maintained like a normal human being owned it. Fuel economy sits around 17 miles per gallon in the city and 24 on the highway. Again, you are not winning any environmental awards, but you are also not setting your wallet on fire every time you look at the gas pump. Now, here is where things get funny. A fully loaded 2014 SRX had an original price around $50,000. Today, you will find clean ones with about 80,000 miles going for $9,000 to $13,000. That is a $40,000 drop. $40,000. That is not depreciation. That is emotional damage. And what are you getting for that? A panoramic roof, Bose sound system, heated and ventilated seats, navigation, an interior that still feels premium today, and a ride quality smoother than someone who just refinanced their bad decisions. I inspected one last year, a 2014 with 78,000 miles, fully loaded. The buyer paid around $11,000 and asked me, "Judge, did I mess up?" I told her, "No, you accidentally made a smart decision." But, as your judge, I must present the warnings. First, timing chain stretch on poorly maintained engines. If the previous owner treated oil changes like optional side quests, you might hear a rattle on a cold start. If it sounds like a bag of tools for a few seconds, pay attention. A professional fix can run you around $1,200. It is not the end of the world, but it is definitely a negotiation weapon. Second, sunroof drains. These can clog, and suddenly your luxury SUV becomes a mobile aquarium. Check for water stains near the front pillars. If you catch it early, it is an easy fix. Ignore it, and congratulations, you now own a humidity simulator that might cost you over $1,000 in carpet and electronics repairs. This SUV is for someone who wants comfort, quiet, and features without paying luxury brand ego prices. It is not flashy, it is not trendy, but it gets the job done while you are sitting on high-quality leather. And if you think people are sleeping on this one, the next SUV is one people do not just sleep on, they walk right past it like it insulted their family, and that is a massive mistake. Infiniti QX70, FX35, FX37. All right. This one is where things start getting interesting because the Infiniti QX70, or the FX35 and FX37 if you are looking at the years before 2014, is not a normal SUV. Not even close. This thing is basically a sports car that hit leg day and never stopped. I am serious. It is built on the same platform as the Nissan 300 and QX70Z. So while most SUVs drive like a refrigerator full of groceries, this one actually moves like it has something to prove. Under the hood, you have got the legendary VQ V6 engine. Whether you get the 3.5 or the 3.7, you are looking at around 300 to 325 horsepower, naturally aspirated. No turbos to blow up, and no CVT nonsense to leave you stranded on the side of the highway. Just a proper engine doing its job. Fuel economy is about 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. Not great, but let us be honest. Nobody buying this thing is trying to save the planet. They are trying to enjoy the drive. I had a guy come in a while back looking at a 2010 FX35 with around 110,000 miles. It was a one-owner car with full service records. He was nervous because of the mileage. I put it on the lift, checked everything, and the suspension was tight. No leaks, no weird noises. I told him, "This is one of the most honest cars you are going to find." He bought it, and a few months later, he sends me a picture from a road trip looking like he just discovered happiness. That is what this thing does. Now, here is the part that makes zero sense to the court. You can find these right now between $9,000 and $14,000 depending on the condition. For a luxury SUV that drives better than most sedans, the market still hasn't figured this one out. But listen to the judge's warnings. First, oil consumption on early models from 2009 and 2010. It is not super common, but check the oil level and watch for blue smoke on startup. If it looks like the car is vaping, walk away or negotiate hard. Second, rear suspension bushings. If you hear clunks over bumps, it is probably worn bushings. That is about a $400 fix. Not terrible, but again, use it as leverage. Third, the infotainment system. These older Infiniti systems can glitch out. If the screen starts acting like it is possessed by a ghost, just budget for an aftermarket unit. Who is this for? This is for someone who does not want a boring SUV. You actually like driving. You take the long way home on purpose, and you do not mind explaining to people, no, it is not a sports car. But also, it kind of is. And if this one already feels like a hidden gem, the next one is where things flip. Because we are going from fun to drive to a machine that will probably outlive you out of pure stubbornness. Lincoln MKX. All right, now this one, people ignore on purpose, like they see it and just keep walking. The Lincoln MKX from 2011 to 2015 suffers from a very serious condition, being a Lincoln in the wrong decade. Let us be honest, for a while, Lincoln had the reputation of being the car your uncle buys after retiring and discovering jazz music, but here is the twist nobody pays attention to. This thing is basically a Ford Edge underneath. It uses the same platform and the same 3.7-liter V6 engine, pushing around 305 horsepower. It is naturally aspirated and paired with a 6-speed automatic that Ford had already figured out by the time this model came out. So, mechanically, it is not some complicated luxury experiment. It is a proven Ford setup wearing a really expensive suit, and Lincoln went all out on that suit. We are talking real leather, heated and ventilated seats, a massive panoramic roof, and a THX sound system. Yes, the same people who make movie theaters sound good. The ride quality feels like the road signed a peace treaty with your suspension. Fuel economy sits around 17 miles per gallon in the city and 23 on the highway. Again, not amazing, but you are not buying this to hypermile your way into enlightenment. Now, here is where things get ridiculous. For a well-kept 2012 or 2013 MKX with under 90,000 miles, you are looking at somewhere between $9,000 and $13,000. That is luxury for used Corolla money. I had a customer, older guy, super meticulous, the type who probably organizes his tools by emotional attachment. He brought in a 2013 MKX all-wheel drive he bought for under $10,000 and wanted a full inspection. I went through the whole car, and you know what? It needed brake pads soon and a differential fluid change. That is it. Total. Cost to make it perfect was around $400. I almost felt bad charging him. Now things to watch. First, the PTU, or power transfer unit, on all-wheel drive models. If the fluid has not been changed regularly, it can wear out. Check for nasty fluid. If it looks like it has been through a war, budget around $1,200. Second, panoramic roof leaks. Run your hand along the headliner edges. If it feels damp, congratulations, you found a bargaining chip. Third, if it is equipped with air suspension, let it sit overnight. If one corner drops like it gave up on life, the compressor might be on its way out. That is around a $600 fix. Who is this for? Someone who wants comfort. Like real comfort. You do not care about flexing. You care about getting in your car after a long day and feeling like the seat just said, "I got you." And now, if this already feels like a steal, the last one is where the whole thing stops making sense. Because this is the SUV that makes mechanics sleep well at night and makes luxury car buyers question every decision they have ever made. Lexus RX 350. All right, this is the one. This is the SUV that makes the entire used car market look a little confused. The Lexus RX 350 from 2010 to 2015 is not just a good deal. It is the kind of deal that makes you wonder if someone made a mistake pricing it. And here is the key thing people do not understand about this car. This is not a luxury SUV, trying to be reliable. This is a Toyota in a tuxedo. Same DNA, same mindset, same "I will start every morning whether you deserve it or not" energy. Under the hood, you have got the 3.5-liter V6. Around 270 horsepower, naturally aspirated and timing chain driven. This engine family shows up everywhere. Camry, Highlander, Sienna, basically half the Uber fleet at some point, and it just does not die. I have personally seen these go past 250,000 or even 300,000 miles and still run smoother than some people's life plans. Fuel economy is around 18 miles per gallon city and 25 highway, which, for something this comfortable, is honestly pretty solid. Now, let us talk about the part that hurts people's feelings. For a 2012 RX 350, nicely equipped with all-wheel drive and around 90,000 miles, you are paying somewhere between $11,000 and $14,500. This was a $45,000 to $50,000 SUV when new. That is over $30,000 in depreciation. And the crazy part? It still drives like it never got the memo. Now, let me make this very simple. You walk into a dealership with $13,000. On one side, you have got this. On the other, a BMW X5 from the same era. One of them will ask you for oil changes, brakes, and maybe tires. The other one? Oh, it is going to ask you for attention constantly. Coolant leaks, electrical issues, suspension components, and random warning lights that show up just to keep things interesting. Owning that without a warranty is like adopting a very expensive problem. The Lexus? That is the friend who never asks for anything. I had a customer, a school teacher on a tight budget of around $13,000. She was this close to buying an X5 because, you know, it looked nicer. I asked her one question. How important is it that your car starts every Tuesday? She bought the Lexus. 3 years later, she has done oil changes, brakes once, and tires. That is it. That is the whole story. Now, things to check as your judge. First, dashboard cracking on some models, especially in hot climates. Lexus had an extended warranty on that, so check if it has been done. Second, a slight ticking noise on cold start. Some higher mileage engines can have variable valve timing gear wear. If it goes away, quickly, it is not a big deal. If it stays, now we are talking negotiation. Third, the infotainment system on older models. If it is slow or glitchy, budget a few $100 for an upgrade. Fourth, the rear air suspension on some trims. Let it sit. If the rear sags, that is a repair to factor in. And finally, and this is important, find one with a service history. Because the type of person who buys a Lexus new is usually the type of person who treats it better than their own phone. Find that car, and you win. The reality is this: the used luxury SUV market right now is not logical. People are paying premium money for basic, boring cars while completely ignoring machines that were engineered better, built better, and honestly, aged better. That gap in logic? That is your opportunity. The 5 we talked about today: the Lincoln MKX, the Cadillac SRX 3.6, the Infiniti QX70, the Acura MDX, and the king of them all, the Lexus RX 350. All of them are sitting under $15,000. All of them have drivetrains that actually make sense for your wallet. They are all just waiting for someone to stop caring about a flashy new badge and start paying attention to reality. Because eventually the market catches up. It always does. If this verdict saved you from making a terrible car decision that would have haunted your bank account for years, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Auto Judge so you never miss a hearing, and send this video to that one friend who is about to finance a European money pit they absolutely should not. You know exactly who I am talking about. Comment below and tell me, which one of these would you put in your garage, or is there another hidden gem I missed? I read every single one of them. Drive smart. Do not get scammed by shiny badges. Court is adjourned.